Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for your presence with us as we come together to celebrate and dedicate this new Boston Police Station in service to our city, our citizens, and our community. We thank you, O Lord, for all the people who worked so very hard to complete this project for the city of Boston and our department. Dear Lord, continue to lead and bless all who work in this facility, that all may live into their duty to protect and serve all the citizens of Boston and enhance the quality of life for all of our people. Bless this building that it may be an instrument of peace, safety, and justice for all the people of our community, and a symbol of safety and well-being for our city. We are thankful for this building, for the people who will work here, and for the services they provide to the public. We thank you, O Lord, for their dedication and their bravery in serving and protecting us all. We thank you for our commissioner and mayor, leading us in ever better, new and improved directions. Keep them safe and free from harm. Watch over our city, gracious God. Inspire all of us to work toward that vision of a city that is prosperous and at peace, where we celebrate the gift of diversity and where people may live and worship, work and play in true unity and community. Amen.
Amen. And so I'll invite up anyone who's going to speak. Feel free to come on up here too. I know our elected colleagues. The speaking program will, following myself, Commissioner Cox, Chief Irish, Councilor Coletta, and Representative Maduro. Oh, I apologize, and Deputy Superintendent Cruz as well. Please come on up. And if Captain Bickerton could join us up here as well, we're so grateful for your leadership. Welcome, everyone. It is an incredibly, and please, Consul General, please join us. Y Veronica también. Welcome. This has been a long-anticipated, long-awaited celebration with all of you. This is, oh, Chief Long, please. Come on. We want to showcase the full. He thought he could hide in the back. Chief Malor. This has been a long time in the making, and the result of many, many conversations with community, dreams about what this community needed, and ways that we could use every bit of city government to partner in that. You are in the brand new community room of the newest police station in the city. As you can see, it is a flexible space to create room for all kinds of different arrangements. There's beautiful, beautiful art. We want to thank Monica Bravo and our amazing artist for sharing her heart, which also captures, you can kind of see in the different pieces, bits of history of the neighborhood, and you can recognize like the Greenway and other bits of East Boston highlighted here. And there are so many people who have been involved. You'll hear a little bit from our facilities team who helped dream and design all of this space, as well as members of our community and, of course, our incredible officers. I was with our A7 officers just right around the holidays in the old space, and when you walked in, first of all, it just, you didn't even know which way to go. You weren't quite sure as a community member how to navigate. And then when you got into the main space, you look up and you see the water stains on the ceiling, the conditions that our officers had to go to work every day in, and the gaps that meant for community members being full partners in this work. And so this is not only a hub for community, it is finally the space, the workplace, the atmosphere that our police officers deserve to get up and go to work in every single day. We want to see this all across the city in our schools and libraries and community centers and fire stations and police stations. And I want to thank Chief Irish and his property management and facilities team for incorporating always the latest energy efficiency and green standards, as well as the latest designs to ensure that we are making the most of our public spaces. There are some folks in the room as well. In addition to those who will be speaking, I want to recognize a few members of our cabinet who are here. I see Chief of Arts and Culture, Cara Elliott Ortega. Thank you for your leadership and for being such an important part of facilitating this. Our Chief of Community Engagement, Brianna Malore, is here. I see a representative, Tom, here from City Councilor at Large Aaron Murphy's office as well. Our East Boston liaison, Natalia Benitez, who is everywhere and our direct connection point to anything that this community needs. We also have our Latino liaison, Gladys Oliveros, who is all across the city, but her heart is in East Boston. We know and acknowledge that. Ok, un poco en español. Para mí esto es un momento especial porque nosotros somos una ciudad con recursos, una ciudad para todos, y es importante en cada manera de conectar nuestra comunidad con los departamentos oficiales de Boston. En este caso, el departamento de policía es muy importante como líder y colaborador en las relaciones de seguridad pública. En nuestra ciudad, en Boston, es más importante reconocer que la seguridad pública depende en la confianza de la pública. Entonces, en cada manera posible, es muy importante de crear el espacio físico y también las relaciones con nuestros miembros de nuestro equipo de departamento de policía y otros departamentos de la ciudad y los colaboradores en la comunidad. Entonces, este es uno de los más importantes espacios en todo el barrio, en toda la estación, porque es la sala comunitaria, es el punto de conexión. Y los invitamos todos los días a participar, conectar y tomar la iniciativa de demandar accountabilidad o colaboración en todos los esfuerzos de este barrio, en esta comunidad. This is one of the most important spaces in the whole station. The community room is that point of connection. And so we invite community members to see this as your space. This whole station is your set of resources here, people who are ready and willing and so excited to partner. In this station in particular, I want to thank and highlight the leadership of Captain Bickerton, who's been a great, great resource. And he helps oversee and support the most bilingual and Spanish-speaking officers in one station in the city, and so we want to keep growing that number everywhere, but we thank our officers who are from and directly connected to our community as well in the work that they do. Okay, So I will pass it now on to someone who has come home to Boston. I'm going to keep celebrating that fact because his leadership has really made it possible for us to dream and get going. And I'm so grateful to work alongside him every day. Nuestro comisionado de la Policía de Boston, Commissioner Michael Cox.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I'm going to stick to my notes because Deputy Superintendent Cruz is going to translate in Spanish for me afterward, and I don't want to, typically I go off topic all the time, so I'm going to stay on point. This is really a great, great day. This is a beautiful, beautiful facility, and we want to thank, Mayor Wu and her team, certainly Chief Irish and many others who helped make this happen over the years. This is a beautiful community space, and this is exactly what community policing is. Let me get back to my notes because I'm already doing it. So, we must, certainly thank our partnership with the city and Chief Irish for actually helping make this happen. And I want to thank our Public Facilities Director, Carrie Griffin, and her entire team for participating and making this beautiful building occur, as well as our Boston Police Department Public Facilities Director, Robert Melvin. As I talked about before, this is not only a beautiful environment to work in, this is a beautiful environment for people to come and meet, a space where we can really partner to talk, discuss, solve the issues and problems of Boston. And we're so appreciative of having this kind of space. This is a home office for our police officers, but more importantly, this should be a home for the people of East Boston that are always welcome here, and this facility is for you in so many different ways. This is not only a beautiful facility, we're talking about the space, but we do so much in our community with our officers around community policing. We have many, many officers here that not only speak English and work with all kind of folks within the neighborhood, but they also speak Spanish as well. And we try to partner in many ways to help the community resolve issues or just deal with the day-to-day activities of this East Boston community. We have hub meetings here, bringing together more than a dozen healthcare and social service agencies to partner to bring services and support to individual families in the area. This model has also helped about 225 East Boston residents and others working to grow in these efforts to make sure that we meet the needs of the public here. Each week we have officers working with kids, as we talked about before, whether it's playing basketball or actually working on Spanish to English. We have officers that mentor the girls and boys at the Girls and Boys Club, and we'll be expanding the program with the Veronica Robles Cultural Center in about 2 weeks. We have officers, again, who work with after school, working with our kids, and we organize and do many different activities within the area, now going to be centered in this beautiful space. So, not only is this a beautiful place to meet, but I think it's important for people who maybe don't always have the trust of the police department. It's important for them to know that we are a police department for everyone. It doesn't matter your nationality, your race, your creed, your gender identity, and more importantly, your immigration status. This is a home for you. And so, with all that goes on in the world, we want people to know this is a place where you can come and feel safe, and that we are here to hear from you, and more importantly, help you, whether you're a victim of crime or you just want to solve a problem or issue around that. And so, I am not going to talk too long, but I think that's very, very important, and I want to say it again to be clear. That's very important for people to know. We are here for you, and this is your space, as well as our home office, but more importantly, this is your space, and that's for everyone and anyone. So I want to thank everyone who helped to build this beautiful building. We look forward to seeing the officers and work here, and I look forward to coming over here all the time right, in this beautiful space to actually meet and meet the residents and actually hear from you in so many ways. We are going to have, after I'm done here, I'm going to have Deputy Superintendent Cruz is going to come up and give what I say in Spanish. Good luck with that. But But I do want to thank you all for coming, and I want to thank everyone who work every day to work with our police department in doing this very tough job that we have in today's world of actually keeping everyone safe. So thank you very much.
Ahora voy a hablar en la lengua de los santos, en español. En breve, lo que dice el comisionado es muy importante. Aquí, este país es un país de inmigrantes. Todos los que están aquí en este país, algunos llegaron antes de otros, pero todos somos inmigrantes. Lo lindo de nuestra cultura latino es que somos unidos y necesitan nosotros el labor que le damos a este país. El trabajo que nosotros hacemos es muy importante y lo más importante también es nuestra cultura y nuestro orgullo de ser latino. Quiero que sepan que nosotros estamos aquí para apoyar a ustedes. Ustedes son parte de nuestra comunidad y nosotros también somos parte de la comunidad latina. Es muy importante ese orgullo que nosotros tenemos y la unidad que tenemos, seamos de Centroamérica, del Caribe, como mi hermano aquí de Santo Domingo. Somos todos unidos y también, también México incluido en eso. El mensaje que le quiero decir a ustedes es que ustedes nunca se sienten que no son parte de este país. Son un parte muy importante para este país, porque si no fuera por nuestra labor y el trabajo que hacemos en este país, muchas cosas no podrían existir en términos de la economía, en los trabajos que hacemos. Orgulloso me siento, soy hijo de una migrante y soy por parte de mis padres colombiano y puertorriqueño y orgulloso de ser latino. Estamos aquí para apoyar a ustedes. Aquí también hay policías latinos y esta estación es la estación suya también y nosotros estamos aquí para toda la comunidad, pero especialmente me siento orgulloso de poder venir aquí, compartir con ustedes y decirle que la estación que esta policía tiene aquí es la estación de todos. Gracias.
Gracias, gracias. Okay, next up is our Chief of Operations, Chief Irish. I didn't look all the way this way and all the way this way, so I also want to recognize another cabinet member in the room, our Chief of Equity and Inclusion, Maria Angeli Solis Herrera, who is next to the Director of our Office of Neighborhood Services, Enrique Pepen. And then sweeping this again, my blind spots, our on the command staff, Superintendent of Community Engagement, Jimmy Chin. And Superintendent of Field Services, Lenny Culinane.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We're in a beautiful new building, and I'm excited to be here. And this is the first new police station in a decade, so it's quite an accomplishment. I'm also very proud to be here today with a great leader in Mayor Wu, who is not only committed to the people of this city, but also committed to the work and making the investment in municipal facilities that serve our residents. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you to all the elected officials that have joined us today. We broke ground on this project, this $30 million project, in October 2019 to create a facility that enhances community access and improves the working environment for our police officers. This station now includes public art and a sustainable, resilient facility for the East Boston neighborhood that would also improve dispatch times. So when anyone in East Boston needs help, our police department can now get there more quickly. This new building is safer and more functional, energy efficient, and code compliant than the old facility. We achieved LEED Silver certification, which will contribute to the ambitious sustainability goals that the mayor has charged us with in two key areas: carbon reduction and stormwater management. The building systems are far more efficient, and the design team worked very hard to maximize natural light, as you can see, which I believe is also symbolic to transparency and a lot of the great thought put into this building. Recognizing the importance of community collaboration in public safety, this station includes this gorgeous community room that we're in. Rooms like this are typically found in libraries. and I know that the East Boston community will make good use of this space with many community convenings. We are fortunate that this building includes a City of Boston Precinct for the Art installation by artist Monica Bravo called Unas Mundas. This piece is made of mosaics and mobiles and represents the topography of the neighborhood, as was mentioned earlier, and I'm confident we'll probably be getting some awards for this building. I think it's beautiful, and if there's an extra office, don't be surprised to see me here. This project was a successful result of a partnership between the Public Facilities Department, the Boston Police Department, the Office of Budget Management, Lean Weinzapfel Architects, and J&J Contractors. Special thanks again to PFD Director Kerry Griffin, Project Manager Brian Melia, can't hide in the back there, Brian, Assistant Director Steve Siracco, Clerks Bill O'Shea and Terry Steele, Rob Melvin, who started with PFD at the time of this project and now is the Director of the Police Department's Facilities Division, our budget team at City Hall, Jim Williamson, Jack Hanlon, and Mohammed Udin. Without all of these folks, this project would not be here, and most importantly, without your involvement from day one in the community engagement process. To Captain Dean Bickerton, your team, and the entire East Boston community, welcome to your new station. Please, everyone, give yourselves a round of applause.
Okay, looks like I'm next. Good afternoon, everyone. It's already been alluded to, but this has been a long time coming. But we're finally here to celebrate. This is a celebration to celebrate the opening of this police station. And I'd like to thank Mayor Wu, Commissioner Cox, Captain Bickerton, my colleagues in state and city government, and the facilities team for their hard work. I see Brian, I don't see Carrie, so I want to be sure to give her a round of applause as well. She works extremely hard. So I bring my perspective today, not just as a city councilor, but as somebody who grew up not too far away from here on Eagle Hill. I affectionately know this area as the City Arts, and spent my childhood playing across the street in what used to be a grassy field, but now it's AstroTurf. I used to run around the old bathhouse that has since been demolished. I watched my sister's softball games at the field when she played for East Boston High School. Where we are standing today, in my memory, was the opposite of that. It was an uninviting and unwelcoming lot, gated away from public use. It is a wonderful thing to be standing here in a building that will house our public servants, create space for community in this room, and give a new breath of life into this corner of East Boston. This $30 million investment is one in public safety and in our police, who deserve a home free of black mold or imminent ceiling collapses. It's a down payment on doing the important work every day of building mutual trust and respect between officers in our community. A police station should be one stop and a network of safe, supportive environments here in East Boston. I believe in the invocation it was mentioned as an instrument of peace, and I believe it'll be just that. This police station should and can uplift our residents to foster a healthy and safe community. I've had the opportunity to get to know Captain Bickerton, our wonderful community service officers. I'm looking at Sergeant Santolo, and so many others who, without a beat, are there at community events, ensuring our safety, rolling up our sleeves, and providing a model of positive police presence for our kids. This community is a special place, and our officers understand that. In partnership with them, we will ensure that all of our residents, from our young people to our immigrant brothers and sisters, no matter who you are, feel 100% safe and welcomed at this site. Folks should feel a sense of ownership, it's already been mentioned, but you should feel like this is your space. And you should feel empowered to share this space with individuals who are there to protect and serve us. It will be accessible and open to hold any and all community meetings, and I look forward to all of the meetings that are going to be held in this space, as well as the various events that celebrate our rich cultural diversity. And just to close, just know that I'm committed to doing everything I can as a resident first and as a city councilor second, just to ensure that everybody feels safe and welcomed here in partnership with the police and the community. Thank you all so much, and congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adrian Madero, proud to be the state representative here in East Boston. And like Councilor Coletta, I grew up about 2 blocks away from this location right on Eagle Hill. So this is such an exciting day for the Eagle Hill neighborhood and for the East Boston community. And it really has been many, many years in the making. And I have to say, today was my first time stepping foot in here. And what a difference to step into this gorgeous building with public art and light and modern amenities compared to the experience you have stepping into the Meridian Street facility. And I remember having a meeting with Captain Bickerton when he joined us here in East Boston. We sat in his office. I looked up. I thought the ceiling might fall down on us. It smelled disgusting. The whole second floor basically is off limits and cannot be used. So really, it may have been one of the most decrepit police stations in the city. And to now have this facility, this is what the East Boston community deserves, folks. This is what our officers at A7 deserve. Mayor Wu, Commissioner Cox, Chief Irish, and all of our partners in the city, thank you for making this a reality. Thank you for prioritizing this neighborhood. And I want to just emphasize one particular thing. Growing up here, I've had the good fortune of seeing the evolution of the police in East Boston. And I've always told folks, Eastie, and obviously, folks, I can't speak for other districts, but East Boston has always been, in my mind, a bedrock for community policing. Many of our cops are born and raised here in East Boston. Many have intimate relationships with our neighbors. That goes so far in establishing that important relationship between community and police so that we can all feel safe, healthy, welcomed, and protected. Captain Bickerton, to you and your staff at A7, congratulations. I know that the community is excited to use this room, to interact with you all here, and certainly I join in that excitement. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you.
So to close us out, when we had asked Captain Bickerton who could represent from the community the very, very important partners that make this district and precinct and our police force function and the best collaborators that we can be in community, there are many, many options. Many of you all are here in this room, and her name's already been mentioned, so clearly she has been doing so much. We're very grateful to be joined by Miss Veronica Robles.
Well, so I have so many things to say, and I didn't have anything written, so it's in my mind and in my heart mostly. I just want to say that I got here in the city when I was in my 20s. I never had like a community. I traveled a lot, and my mother used to be a single mother, also looking for ways to raise her 5 children. And when I got here, I just felt that I found my community, the connection that I needed in my life. With my daughter who passed away, and she's up there watching me right here, right now, we dance and perform all over the place, making sure that other kids and other families had a representation of their cultures, not only one culture, but the many cultures that come from Latin America. So Veronica Robles Cultural Center is just that place where we offer, and it's always open, it's a safe place where all the people from the different cultures, they come here and celebrate their own roots and their own traditions. But also beyond that, the police and the officers that are here and in the past, since I'm here, make me feel safe and at home, not only because we have all these crazy ideas about performing here and going there, you know, they're always there, and especially now, our captain and the community officers always listening and finding the ways that we can be able to bring all these events and opportunities for all us to come together and celebrate as a big, big family. But most importantly is that when we see all this horrible news nationwide, I feel so happy and blessed that here at home we have these gentle group of people that are there and that are part of our family. I love seeing them and our festivals outdoor, like Viva Colombia. Everybody was there with their hats and colors outside on the street, and Captain Bickerton there with his family, you know, blending in. And so, or in Mexico, when we're having this big celebration, everybody also del Dia de los Muertos, and having them as part of the community, not only like making their their paper as or their role as officers, but being there celebrating and again having this place where we can visit them and actually share this beautiful space. We have dance and music but now we have a theater program where we wish to the community officers use it as a way to communicate and to educate our community about how we can trust them because they're part of our family, but also all of these problems that we have, domestic violence and things that happen in our communities and we don't know. So we want to make sure that through this relationship and through these beautiful facilities, because V-Rock right now is too small, we need a larger space. We are looking for a place in Boston, Mayor. I just applied to your grant, so it took me a lot of time. But I don't want to leave East Boston, of course, so we want a larger space. But with this place, it gives me hope because it will be like an extension to our home, to be able to work with them directly and to bring our communities in this place that is a sanctuary for peace and love. So thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you to all of you. And if you didn't understand what I said, just pretend that I was speaking Spanish. Muchísimas gracias. Yo los amo a todos y gracias a todos por esto.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I speak in Spanish. It's easier to me.
Please.
Muy buenas tardes a todos y a todas. Excelentísima alcaldesa Michelle Wu, mi querido amigo Adrián Madaro, concejales, jefes de la policía. Para nosotros, como salvadoreños, como comunidad salvadoreña, esta inauguración permite un inicio, el comienzo de algo que vamos a construir conjuntamente con la comunidad. Y es el inicio de una nueva relación entre policía, entre autoridades y la comunidad latina que vive aquí en East Boston. Marca también el entusiasmo como Consulado de El Salvador, como Cónsul General de El Salvador, de poder trabajar en conjunto por mi comunidad, por la comunidad salvadoreña, por la comunidad latina, con la policía, con mi admirada alcaldesa. Y esto es porque consideramos que es posible trabajar unidos, es posible trabajar para el desarrollo no sobre la base de pensar igual, sino sobre la base de administrar nuestras diferencias. Podemos ser y convivir todos juntos, siendo peruanos, salvadoreños, hondureños, guatemaltecos, colombianos, mexicanos, americanos y de cualquier otra nacionalidad. Podemos convivir juntos, podemos desarrollar nuestra ciudad, podemos desarrollar esta zona geográfica tan hermosa y bella. Yo me enamoré hace 20 años de esta ciudad, Boston. Yo la primera vez que vine fue hace 20 años. Y desde ese tiempo estoy enamorado. Ahora que me permitió mi presidente venir aquí a representar a mi comunidad, pues me enamoré más. Y me enamoré más de las personas. Hace 3 años El Salvador comenzó un rumbo del que no vamos a retroceder jamás, de cambios para mejorar. Tuvimos una policía que tenía muchos problemas con nuestro pueblo. Ahora me alegro de que mi país marca este camino que la nueva policía de Boston está generando, que es unión entre comunidad sobre la base de la confianza, sobre la base de la protección, sobre la base de la igualdad, sobre la base de la justicia. Muchísimas gracias a todos. El Consulado de El Salvador está abierto para todos. independientemente de la nacionalidad, somos latinos, somos comunidad y sobre todo somos hermanos, hijos de Dios. Muchísimas gracias, feliz tarde y felicidades por este nuevo edificio tan bello. Gracias.
So I want to say one more thing before we move on to the ribbon cutting, because we have so many civic heroes that work so hard, and this is always an opportunity for us to just make sure we appreciate everyone who's a part of these project teams. So I just want to give a shout out to some of the folks from the Arts and Culture team who helped work on the art installation here and on many of our projects across the city. So shout out to Karen Goodfellow, who's here, and Sarah Rodrigo and Amber Torres. Give them a round of applause, please.
And I just want to, I think so many in the room already had it understood, but just to make sure to really emphasize in English a little bit of what our amazing Consul General was saying. He offered such a powerful reflection on his time here, his leadership, this community, and the difference between what might be how people understand police and law enforcement in other parts of the world that we know and that many of our residents have experienced before coming to Boston and the United States, and what he sees as what the Boston police really represent. And I think it was justice, equality, la confianza, trust, and protection. And so those, I think, just speak so much to the values that we want to uphold. Everyone, thank you so much for being a partner. So we'll do the ribbon cutting in the other space, and then I can take media questions to the side after. Thank you.